In Godzilla King of the Monster, when Godzilla arrives in Boston with that blue beam and a roar and the Godzilla march behind him, I get this stupid feeling. I don't know where it comes from, but it happens whenever I see something that is just objectively really cool. I get this choking sensation, my eyes start to water, and I bounce. I don't know why I bounce, but I do. I'm terrible at putting my excitement into words when it comes to scenes like this, but you can really tell when I'm excited about something. This is why I love the Monsterverse. No matter what, they know how to give a monster an entrance. Godzilla in Boston, Ghidorah in South America, hell, Kong on Skull Island in the Bad Moon Rising helicopter sequence. No matter the entrance for a monster, it's always so cool. This being said, entrances matter, and I wanted to run down as many of these entrances as I could think of off the top of my head. Why? Well, because they're amazing, and I somehow still see the Monsterverse getting hate recently. But before we continue, I want to start this video off with a question that you can answer in the comments and let me know that you made it to the end of the video. I'm going to reiterate this question again at the end, so you don't have to worry about memorizing it or answering it now. You can answer it at the end. But my question for you is this. Out of the entrances that we talk about today, which one is your favorite? Yeah, a lot of people love this one, and it's pretty clear why. The airport scene gives Godzilla's arrival a level of reverence people haven't seen in a long time. You start off in this tense, tight train sequence where you're sure death is going to come for at least most of the passengers. As the scene goes on, it gives little signs that he is already here. Water flooding the airport, the helicopters having to dodge large, jagged spikes, and a gas truck is just sent flying by one of the Mutos, and it explodes near one of the landing gates. From the inside, you hear people going hysterical. But as the camera pans right, following the exploding truck, you see a large foot slam down with a thundering boom, and afterwards is just silence. And it pans up, and we got a full-on mugshot of our boy Godzilla, and he just looks so good, and he lets out that roar, and yes, it does cut away from the fight, but it's so cool. It's so cool. And I remember when I caught rumors of this movie being a thing and being so excited, seeing rumored sketches and concept art leaked on Reddit. Seeing this monster in full, it was like the perfect adaptation of a more dinosaur-like Godzilla. Maybe I should do a Godzilla design ranking video. Hold your fire. Hold your fire. This is one that gets revisited in the Monarch TV show, and I love it. Godzilla just tears through San Francisco Bay and stops just short of the bridge. I personally hold it in my head that he booped the seawall or the bay floor with his nose and was just a little confused for a second before realizing it's time to stand up. But Godzilla stands up, and you see an entire fleet of Navy ships float away like little toy boats, and it gives this amazing sense of scale. Godzilla winds up standing next to the bridge for a minute, and there's this extreme tension as people are trying to clear out, and there's a bus that's trying to get through, but it can't. And the driver manages to smash the gas and just barely make it out on the other side before Godzilla breaks through. And it's just amazing. Not to mention this being followed up by the Chinatown sequence, which is another amazing entrance for Godzilla in the same fight. I mean, and for those who might say the MonsterVerse lost its sense of scale, God, I love Legacy of Monsters. Speaking of Monarch, though, let's move on to two of my favorite moments from Godzilla King of the Monsters. This is one of my favorite moments in all of the MonsterVerse right here. After the US government almost killed Godzilla with the oxygen destroyer, ultimately allowing Ghidorah to escape, the team from Monarch delivers a nuclear bomb to power him up. You get this heart-wrenching goodbye between Serizawa and Godzilla, and Ken Watanabe just puts so much love behind this performance. After the nuke goes off, it pulls us to the surface where, after a minute, Godzilla rises up, fires a beam into the sky, the Godzilla March is playing in the background, and then the camera goes in and snap zooms directly on Godzilla's face, and we get the heaviest hit of the brass with the and it's just so good. I love it. It makes me giddy every time I see it. Okay, now time to address Godzilla X Kong, which is a movie that's been receiving some attention from people, some criticisms. Just watch this. This one is phenomenal because it looks like Scar and Shimo are going to destroy this civilization, but then you hear part of Godzilla's roar, the little echoey part, and then you just see a meteor crash into the ground in the distance. And from where that meteor lands, Godzilla and Kong just spring up in absolute full sprint, zero hesitation, ready to fight somebody. Godzilla rocking the pink dorsals like Godzilla 2000 and Kong just riding on his back. This all leading into this huge anti-gravity fight where Godzilla is just having the time of his life. How could you not be having fun watching this? Like, it's so incredibly cool. Funny and ridiculous, yes, absolutely ridiculous. But I mean, isn't the idea of a giant lizard that fires a radioactive beam out of their mouth kind of ridiculous? You're already crossing that bridge to get there. I mean, it's just so good. I really implore you, if you haven't taken a second look at the MonsterVerse, please do so. All of the movies are so good, and they're so worth being watched. It's a great film series, and I can't wait for the next movie. But now's coming the end of the video. With this, I'm going to leave you with that question again. Out of all the entrances that we talked about today, what MonsterVerse entrance is your favorite? Let me know in the comments down below, and don't forget to hit the like and subscribe while you're down there. Have a great day. Get some rest and drink some water. I'll see you later, Busters.